Welcome to my channel, Nuggetaiku. I'm Mo Reader, and I'm thrilled to have you here. Today we're embarking on a journey to explore the most complex structure in the known universe, the human brain. We're going to be diving deep into the world of neuroscience, separating fact from fiction, and debunking 5 fascinating myths about the brain that have permeated popular culture. Do you believe that we only use 10% of our brains? Have you heard that the brain can't grow after puberty? Get ready to have your mind blown wide open as we uncover the amazing truth about how our brains really work. Stay tuned. Let's start with a classic. The idea that we only use 10% of our brains. This notion has been perpetuated by Hollywood movies and self-help gurus, suggesting that unlocking the remaining 90% could lead to superhuman abilities. However, this idea is about as accurate as saying we only use 10% of a car's engine. Every part of the brain has a purpose, even if we don't fully understand all of them yet. Brain imaging studies show that even simple tasks light up multiple areas of the brain. The brain, while only making up about 2% of our body weight, consumes 20% of our energy. The truth is, we use our entire brain. Different regions are responsible for different functions, from controlling our movements to forming memories. These regions work together in a beautifully orchestrated symphony of neural activity. So the next time you hear someone claiming they have untapped brain power, remember that we're all using 100% of our brains all the time. For years, the prevailing belief was that our brains were hardwired after a certain age, like concrete setting in stone. Once you hit puberty, that's it, your brain is fixed. Thankfully, this is another myth that science has busted wide open. The human brain possesses an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, which essentially means it can rewire itself throughout our lives. It's like having a supercomputer inside our heads that can constantly adapt and upgrade its own hardware and software. Think of it like learning a new language or mastering a musical instrument. Initially, it might seem daunting and difficult, but with practice and dedication, our brains form new connections and pathways, allowing us to become fluent in Spanish or play Beethoven like a pro. Neuroplasticity is a continuous process, influenced by everything we do, from the food we eat and the exercise we get, to the social interactions we have and the information we absorb. Every new experience, every lesson learned, every skill acquired leaves its mark on the intricate tapestry of our brain. This ability of the brain to change and adapt is what allows us to recover from injuries, learn new skills, and even enhance our cognitive abilities as we age. It's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, and it's certainly never too late to teach your brain something new. Think of London's black cab drivers. They're famous for their incredible ability to navigate the city's labyrinthine streets without relying on GPS. Studies have shown that this spatial memory expertise is reflected in the structure of their brains, particularly in the hippocampus, the region associated with memory and spatial navigation. The longer they've been on the job, the larger their hippocampus tends to be, demonstrating how experience can physically alter the brain. This is neuroplasticity in action. So whether you're learning a new language, picking up a paintbrush for the first time, or simply challenging yourself to step outside your comfort zone, remember that your brain is constantly evolving and adapting. Embrace the power of neuroplasticity and never stop learning, growing, and expanding your horizons. Chapter 3, Myth 3. Intelligence is genetic. Now, let's talk about intelligence. Is it a fixed trait determined by our genes, or is it a malleable quality that can be cultivated and enhanced? This is a topic that has sparked endless debate, but what does science have to say about it? While it's true that genetics play a role in our cognitive abilities, it's far from the whole story. Intelligence is not simply a matter of inheriting a smart gene from our parents. It's a complex interplay of nature and nurture, of genetic predisposition and environmental influence. Think of it like a garden. You might have inherited fertile soil and strong seeds, but without sunlight, water, and careful cultivation, those seeds will never reach their full potential. Similarly, our genes provide the blueprint, but it's our experiences, our education, and our interactions with the world that shape and mold our intelligence. Studies have shown that early childhood experiences, access to quality education, and even socioeconomic factors can have a profound impact on cognitive development. A stimulating and nurturing environment can foster intellectual curiosity, while a deprived or stressful environment can hinder it. The brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Challenging ourselves with new experiences, engaging in intellectually stimulating activities, and constantly seeking knowledge are all crucial for expanding our cognitive horizons. One fascinating study looked at the brains of musicians. They found that musicians who started playing instruments at a young age had more gray matter in certain brain regions, including those involved in auditory processing, motor control, and spatial reasoning, compared to non-musicians. This suggests that early musical training can actually lead to structural changes in the brain, enhancing cognitive abilities that extend beyond music itself. So while we might inherit certain cognitive strengths and weaknesses, our intelligence is not fixed at birth. It's a dynamic and ever-evolving capacity that we can nurture and enhance throughout our lives. Chapter 4. Myth 4. Drinking alcohol kills brain cells. Let's move on to a topic that often comes up, especially among those who enjoy a glass of wine or a pint of beer. Does alcohol actually kill brain cells? The answer, like most things in science, is a bit more nuanced than a simple yes or no. While it's true that excessive alcohol consumption can have detrimental effects on the brain, moderate drinking doesn't necessarily lead to the mass extinction of brain cells, so you can breathe a sigh of relief, at least for now. Heavy alcohol use, however, is a different story. Chronic alcohol abuse can damage the ends of neurons called dendrites, which are essential for communication between brain cells. This damage can disrupt the intricate network of neural pathways, leading to cognitive impairments, memory problems, and difficulty with coordination and balance. Think of it like this. Imagine your brain as a bustling city with a complex network of roads and highways connecting different areas. Excessive alcohol use is like a series of earthquakes that damage those roads and highways, making it difficult for information to travel efficiently. However, it's important to note that the brain is remarkably resilient and has an incredible capacity for repair. If someone stops drinking heavily, their brain can begin to heal and recover, although this process can take time and may not fully reverse all damage. So, while moderate alcohol consumption might not be a death sentence for your brain cells, it's crucial to be mindful of your intake and to drink responsibly. The best way to protect your brain is to treat it with respect, and that includes being mindful of the substances we expose it to. Chapter 5. Myth 5. The brain never rests. Finally, let's address a myth that might seem counterintuitive. Does the brain ever truly rest? We live in a culture that often glorifies busyness and productivity, but the truth is, even our brains need downtime to function at their best. While it's true that the brain is always active, even during sleep, certain areas of the brain actually become more active when we're at rest. This resting state activity is crucial for a wide range of functions, including memory consolidation, emotional processing, and creative problem solving. Think of it like cleaning up your workspace at the end of the day. You might not be actively working on a project, but you're organizing your desk, filing away important documents, and clearing out the clutter so you can start fresh tomorrow. Similarly, when we sleep, our brains are busy consolidating memories, integrating new information, and preparing for the day ahead. Sleep is an essential part of maintaining a healthy and well-functioning brain. During sleep, our brains cycle through different stages, each with its own unique brainwave patterns and functions. One of these stages, called REM sleep, is particularly important for dreaming and memory consolidation. Studies have shown that people who are sleep-deprived perform worse on cognitive tasks, have difficulty concentrating, and are more prone to making mistakes. Chronic sleep deprivation can have serious long-term consequences for both our physical and mental health. So the next time you're feeling guilty about taking a break or indulging in a nap, remember that you're not being lazy. You're actually giving your brain the downtime it needs to function at its best. Outro, stay curious. That was a quick tour of 5 common myths about the human brain. We've debunked the idea that we only use 10% of our brains, explored the incredible plasticity of this remarkable organ, and delved into the complex relationship between genetics, environment, and intelligence. We've also tackled the impact of alcohol on the brain and the importance of giving our brains the rest they deserve. The human brain is an endlessly fascinating subject, and we've only just scratched the surface. Which myth surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of neuroscience, don't forget to subscribe to Nugget IQ for more mind-expanding content. And as always, keep those brains engaged, stay curious, and never stop exploring the wonders of the universe, both inside and outside your head.